Hello everybody, Frouwo here, bringing you game number 3 now of the Next One Sponsorship League Season 3 Winners Bracket Finals. And we're going to have Zephyr Dota versus EoT Gaming 1-1, tied up now as EoT winning that last game. But yeah, so Zephyr thus far banning out the Prophet, the OD, the Nyx, and the Bristleback. EoT banning out the Slark, the Lifestealer, the Visage, and the Storm Spirit now. Then Zephyr picking up the Mirana, the Shadow Demon, the Timbersaw, and the Leshrac. EoT in the meantime picking up the Alchemist, the Crystal Maiden, the Invoker, and the Juggernaut. Just want to comment on a few things here. Obviously, some not so standard picks. The Shadow Demon and the Leshrac going to be a combo, as well as Mirana possibly for Zephyr. So going to have a lot of lockdown this game, unlike what they had last game. So well done by them. And Timbersaw going to be the last pickup, so going to have that extra burst from him. And likely denying Chrissy the ability to do any damage to that Timbersaw, as the Prophet's banned out as well. And EoT in the meantime picking up that Alchemist. That cast just plays constantly. That Crystal Maiden Alchemist roaming combo in the game just does so much work, and really I hope Blitz can manage to pick a hero that isn't going to be just shredded apart by these constant ganks from the Alchemist Crystal Maiden combo. But in the meantime, they also, EoT being, they picking up the Juggernaut. Certainly an interesting hero to see, certainly interesting carry. But could certainly out-carry Mirana any day of the week with the ultimate and all that sort of neat stuff. Does have the passive crit as well, so gonna see how that goes, see how it's built, see if it's gonna be the ultimate oriented Juggernaut, which in my opinion is absolutely garbage. I mean, it does get you invulnerability for a pretty long period of time, but not too fun. But anyway, Zephyr's banned out the Clockwork, EoT not banning out the Pugna, so Zephyr may have been looking towards that Pugna as they did for Leshrac and could have gone for the early push sort of strat, but not going to see that, so could see a Dragon Knight now, but Dragon Knight is not the best thing to pick against the Invoker mid. You really want to range here, so we could see like a Templar Assassin here. That'd be pretty cool. Templar Assassin has a lot of early game survivability with the Refraction as well, so it would certainly be a good pickup, especially against the Alchemist Crystal Maiden early roaming combo that EoT just loves to do. And Waitland up on that last pick now for the solo mid role for Blitz, of course. Could always be a carry as well. I mean, Mirana could always be played as a solo mid role. Leshrac could maybe as well. Both. Mirana's a decent mid, but Leshrac not so much. But waiting on the last pickup now for all, it could be a Medusa. I'm not even sure if Medusa is actually allowed to see him anymore right now. So who knows? I could just be talking my ass. But Elder Titan would be the last pickup. So Elder Titan mid from Zephyr now, and it seems see if they have their draft down, and now EoT waiting on them. Have their last and fifth pickup. Gonna be looking for an offlaner, one would assume. As I adjust myself in this very squeaky chair. It squeaks so much it's insane. Sit like a statue in this chair to make sure it doesn't make any noise during these casts. And EoT running out of time. Quickly now. 9 seconds, 8 seconds in. It's gonna be the Magnus pick on the off lane or the safe lane. I don't know. Oh no, I've seen this. Okay, so this is gonna be a Chrissy Invoker on the off lane. Gonna try and look for the soul lane of Zephyr, so gonna be Invoker versus the Timbersaw. Or we're gonna have the
Prepare for battle.
I don't know. Let's just look at the lanes real quick. So we're gonna have Eosin on the Elder Titan in the off lane. We're gonna have Blitz on the Timbersaw mid. Really? Yeah. Bambo on the Shadow Demon. We're gonna have Corey on the Mirana, and we're gonna have Purge on the Leshrac. And on Team EoT Hammer, we're gonna have ROI on the Magnus Cask. Gonna be playing the Alchemist always does with that pretty butterfly set and all the Alchemist gear that he does indeed have. And Pyong gonna be playing the Crystal Maiden. And we're gonna have Jumong on the Juggernaut, and Chrissy again on that Soul Lane Invoker. So yeah, interesting lineups out of both teams. I kind of sort of feel that Zephyr has really been outdrafted here again, though. Not really outdrafted, but they're playing a style of 3v1. Like, it kind of feels like a tricore, but at the same time, like, it's not as strong a tricore as Invoker, Magnus, and Juggernaut. Their tricore being the Timbersaw, the Elder Titan, and the Marana. I mean, I guess you'd pick the Leshrac up and get a bunch of farm on him, but it's Yosin is going to be on the offlane solo. I think you're going to have to deal with the harass from the ranged hero and Chrissy, and actually Cass going to be down here as well, so it's going to be 2 dual lanes versus Zephyr. So Charlie and Top going to have to do a lot of work here to make it worth. In the meantime, Blitz is going to start farming up. ROI hasn't gotten anything yet in terms of experience. There's no dire creeps that have been killed yet. We're going to have to take up a lot of damage now to deal with it. And so we're doing that CM Juggernaut combo on the top lane that's very potent in the early game with the Frostbite and of course the Blade Fury. Blade Fury. I was going to say Flurry for a second, but that's not the right way to say it. And any second now, should Bamboo disrupt on Jumong, he will be dead. As there is the stun from Leshrac as well as the arrow from the Marana. But I'll just hover near that large camp now. And let's see if the sun comes out. Jumong actually managed to get the magic immunity just before that stun hit, I believe. Meantime, Blitz now in the mid lane. No points in Timber Chain. Doesn't really need it because there's not too many trees in the mid lane. But gonna be stunned up here from Cast. Cast gonna back off and stun himself. So Cast not being able to get off that early aggression they usually used to. Doesn't have his team roaming with him as well. So EoT playing a little bit different in that sense, as Pyong is not stuck to Cast constantly. But Cast now gonna rotate top. So it's be Trine versus Trine now. Now we're good to go. Both teams having a very strong tri-lanes combos at least. And Chrissy taking some harass from Yosin. Yosin gonna have to be like chill a little bit ways out of the lane as he doesn't take too much damage from the Forge Spirits and the right clicks of Invoker. Magnus picking up a haste and pops it instantly. Yosin Frostbite and now charge back. Eosin surely to go down here. Indeed he does, and first blood going to Zephyr again, spilled by the blood of Eosin falling. So Eosin again dying first. Well, not dying first, but rather dying in the offlane. I really feel as if seeing these recent performances that Bamboo really should be put back on the offlane, but I'm sure that internal issues within the team decided otherwise, so what can you do? And we have a pause called by Chrissy as we have the rotation out from Pyong and Cast, so another pause for an unknown amount of time, and we will see what happens. As I'm still pretty exhausted, still waking up. It's what, like nearly midnight local time. I would prefer to be asleep right now and wake up in like maybe an hour, but no can do. Gonna cast all these games and see what happens. Yeah, so I'm gonna be in the top lane solo now as Cast and Pyong rotate as they always do. This deadly combo of the roaming Crystal Maiden Alchemist. Will Blitz be able to make it alive with no points in Timber Chain? We'll have to wait and see. And the rotation comes in now. Cast turning the stun out on the Blitz. RY. No, Blitz gonna make it alive. No Frostbite from Pyong. Doesn't actually even have it, so rather wait for that mana regen to help out RY as well as the Invoker. So opting for that mana regen over the potential kills. No Frostbite, just the Frost Nova. Disappointing there to not see a kill coming out of that combo, as they usually just play it so well usually. And always get a kill on the mid lane. And Blitz, however, going to be in trouble not just from RY by himself. But I'm going to regen up quite a bit from the bottle and the reactive armor. 9 regen just with 8 stacks that up. Pretty crazy stuff. And yeah. It seems as if Pyong has picked up a double damage rune, likely at the top rune. Didn't want Blitz to get it, and ROI probably wasn't in position. But ROI now has his Arcane boots up as we see a rotation from Purge and Bambo. So this rotation for them going to be interesting, as not something we've really seen him do too often yet. We've seen him do it, but it hasn't been to great success, really. Usually they trade 1-for-1 in the mid lane and lose like that Vengeful Spirit for that Dragon Knight earlier on in the series, game 1. So I mean, if they can pull this off and not lose anyone, it'd be a great success in their part. But of course, kind of mid is always a good thing. And RY actually dodging this, so may see some aggression. They may see some aggression on Corey top now. And indeed, Cass is going to throw the stun. Corey leaps away to dodge it, and Sexy Bimbo Purge is just going to back off, or rotate back off, I mean. Meantime, Chrissy as well as Eosin still continuing to trade blows here in this bottom lane. Eosin picking up the bottle, as Blitz doesn't need that, and Blitz now going to be in trouble. Blitz pulled back to underneath the tower, and gonna make it alive and gets the kill onto Magnus. So turnaround there, well done by Blitz. Timbersaw, one of those heroes that can just put up so much damage so fast, it's just crazy. And Blitz now actually coming out on top in this lane, so take a look at the last hits in terms of that thus far. Blitz on top, 33-24, of course, and that kill on top of all of that. Invoker next underneath, just playing below Eosin. And Mirana below that, of course, 26 on Corey, and Magnus just below the carry of Zephyr. And the Juggernaut actually slacking only at 12 CS rate, or last hits right now, as Eosin gets one up on this bottom lane with rotation from Cast and a cold snap from Chrissy and Sunstrike. Well done by them. Don't really worry about Chrissy this time, rather just opting to go straight for the Force Staff, or maybe the Necro. We'll wait and see on that, but let's push me come on top now from Zephyr as we see a rotation towards mid from EoT. So away farms up the woods, and Mirana actually gets a kill on Juggernaut there. So missing that kill, but no big deal. Arrow likely expended from the disruption combo. Nice to know that they pulled it off. And let's close this last hits. And Zephyr's still going to be looking for an early tower here, as Zephyr fortify on accident, one would assume. And Reed now fortify with Purge having the edict up. Don't want to have to deal with that on the tower. Lots of damage, certainly. Jimong, however, back in lane. Has a poor man's shield. Not too much else. Cass, for seeing this bottom lane, knows that Eosin enjoys hefty serving of food to the other team, giving a heavy serving of food to the other team, and his tower continuing to take a bit of damage, but likely to go in here as the last push comes in from Purge, and now Purge going to dodge the stun is Jumong, so coming out working out again. I believe Jumong just mashes Q as fast as he can and can get that spin off before the stun hits. Now rotation up from Eosin. I'm not sure how much he can do in this mid lane. It does have the stomp, of course, but it does have to be channeled. But actually just dropping a ward here. So I really feel like the way EoT plays is very early 2013 Alliance-esque. They do have the heavy tricore lineup, and they do just throw the tri-lane and have their offlaner usually in a 1v1 matchup where they can farm it very well. But if they are in the 3v1, in the meantime, Elder Titan again falling very low, now up to down to 600 health, disrupted by Bambo. Bambo is not saving the Elder Titan, but certainly allowing him to survive just a bit longer. But as I mentioned, this is very like early 2013 Alliance-esque, where they really they really expect they're trying to get a lot of farm, like Alliance with Bulldog, but EoT just really, they plan it out to a point where they have their offlane always just chilling, you know, 1v1 matchup, and that's really what you want, and that's really what actually DK's been doing in recent success as well. Now Blitz, however, being Sunstruck, stunned from cast, and Blitz gonna make it out, not make it out alive actually, just barely killed by the stun. Okay, so Blitz was finished off by the SS trade from the Alchemist, and I believe a tower hit as it was split among multiple partners, and then Leshrock fell to the Crystal Nova from the Crystal Maiden. And afterwards, RY spams out the one last Shockwave onto the Shadow Demon and gets the kill on him. So Zephyr losing 3 there for the 1 mid in the Alchemist. So trading support for 3, not what you want. And blanking out on RY. And Blitz slowly working towards a Bloodstone now, it seems, at this point. And yeah. But EoT playing just a tri-core style where they have their Soul Mid again, their safe winner in a 1v1 matchup, and a tri-lane versus tri-lane. However, in the meantime, Jumong stunned up, not starting the stun that time, and going to fall from the right clicks from Mirana and Purge. Take a lot of tower damage there. And Blitz in the meantime, there's 3 mid for EoT, and it's gonna dodge it. Cast and Pyong still here, still under the guise of the smoke, of deceit. And Blitz surely knows that they're there, because RY wouldn't be playing so aggressively if they weren't. And really wants the last hit onto the catapult, not going to get it, however. In the meantime, top tower does indeed fall to the Piranha. And RY not going to die the siege creep just yet. And Blitz actually going to go up and dodge the charge from RY. Very well done by him there. The skewer, rather. My bad. Yes, we work towards the mechanism now. As the rotation comes bottom from Shadow Demon as well as Purge. And Blitz still being pressured in this mid lane by the 2 supports of EoT, but gonna rotate into the woods now. Now Invoker has no points up in Wex here, so can't actually dodge with a Ghost Walk, and RP from RY goes out to Corey. Corey gonna be speared back now underneath the tower. Corey gonna fall here, and Cast stunning himself. 4 here for EoT now, as 3 from Zephyr are rotated in. But Yosin very low, Purge pretty low, and Purge not low, but rather has very little health, only 500 health at full capacity. Actually, one thing you see in the Alchemist that you don't see in a lot of other supports is that he's very survivable. But in the meantime, actually, and tower denied by Yosin, and now Alchemist in a bit of trouble. Alchemist throws a stun on Purge. Purge falling very quickly now, and Cast, of course, with the Chemical Rage up, going to sustain that for quite a while. And now Pyong gonna be in a bit of trouble, but all coming out from Juggernaut, gonna slay the Elder Titan. Now Bambo in trouble, and it's gonna fall here as well, as they do have a sentry in lane. Was however cleaning up the Crystal Maid. Now Chrissy as well as Jumong chasing. Arrow coming out from Corey, gonna be dodged by both Chrissy and RY as well as Jumong, and was gonna clean up here by RY on the Magnus. So EoT coming out ahead 2 for 3 in that, and they only lost 2 supports versus the Magnus, not the Magnus, rather the Timbersaw and the Elder Titan as well as the Shadow Demon. So also getting a tower, however, it was denied. So I mean, game's still too early to call, but I assume looking at the gold, certainly in EoT's favor. It is up and down at this point. I assume tower gold solely. Actually, no, that's not solely tower gold, because the towers when it spiked back down to Zephyr's favor, and now EoT getting a tower return has actually gotten them back in the lead. So EoT up 3,000, 4,000 nearly in experience. Wow. Marna's working towards the Lincolns in the meantime. And Jumong will be working towards the drums as we see RY and Pyong just chilling. Maybe look for a kill here mid, maybe push mid. Wait and see. In the meantime, Chrissy now has that Force Staff finished. Cast has the medallion, and RP onto Core is going to be in a bit of trouble here and falls very quickly as the RP is expended from RY. This is something we really didn't see out of Magnus last game, is these early ganks, even though it's a one-man RP, it's still a kill, and a kill is a kill at this point in the game. I really want to get that early advantage, especially by killing enemy carries. So we're getting a nice kill there onto Mirana. Pyong just has the Tranquils, and you're going to see Jumong having drums flown to him now. Let's take a look at the last hits. You see our Invokers on top, followed by the Timbersaw and the Mirana. Then the Magnus, and stun dodged by Blitz once again. But yeah, I really like these skewer dodges. It just looks so cool. It's just such a simple movement, but it means so much to his life, as if he does get skewered like that, he will probably die. Both teams hovering on the Roshan pit at this point. Chrissy now has an ultimate of actually on top of the Force Staff. I didn't notice that earlier. As Blitz has his entire soul booster finished, gonna just need the Perseverance, and he's good to go with the Bloodstone. See a lot more sustainability out of him, and a lot more potential ganks, I'd say.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And push coming out top from Jumong as we see a push from RY and company mid. Rotation back in from Blitz, however, with the invis. There is a sentry here though, so Blitz not in range of that just yet. Now he is, and EoT likely knows he's here. And they're just going to sit back and smoke up. Don't know what they're going to do just yet though. And Jumong maybe just looking for a soul cure on Bambo. However, Bambo is certainly aware, as well as the rest of his team, just going to use that Mirana ultimate, and essentially going to spot out Blitz and Corey. So double RP from RY onto Blitz and Corey. Corey now going to be just blowing up Blitz now as well. So RY getting another good RP off with this essential replacement from Pyong. And now this mid tower likely going to fall. Cass now empowered up, so Cass going to be doing a lot of damage. Well, not too much damage. Probably been better spent on RY himself, but whatever. And Jumong is going to continue to try and fire up on this top lane. And all lanes being pushed by EoT at this point, except for that top lane. Now with the Midas. This is our stretch during this brief period of downtime in this game. A lot more active in the previous games, at least. 19 kills, and we're nearly 18 minutes in. And rotation out from Zephyr now, looking to kill Chrissy, as we do have the Shrek as well as Bambo coming over here. And RY looking for the kill, manages to slightly skewer back Corey. Ever going to get the return kill on RY now. RY falling to the Elder Titan actually, and Chrissy now next in line. Purge needed a Sunstrike there, but Chrissy dodging the stun. And he's after getting 2 kills there on the bottom lane. Well done by them. Again, that miss skewer by Magnus certainly threw him off, and didn't really expect that to happen. He wanted to certainly push Mirana back a lot further. Whoever he caught, I believe it was actually the left track that he caught. Want to push him a lot further back. Arrow misses from Corey on 2. Jumong also be pushed back. Lane ward dropped by Zephyr, as this bottom tower is likely to drop now. Where Jumong coming in the contest, all popped by him. Eosin eating all the damage. Eosin now going to drop. Oh, actually disruption from Bambo, and Eosin not going to make it out anyway. Jumong now falling, and now 3-man RP from RY. Zephyr surely to all just melt here. No, just the Shadow Demon thus far, and EoT buying back now. Corey eating a Sunstrike and Blitz. Curry's in trouble. And I'll drop by using hits on nobody. And Blitz now picking up that Bloodstone. Bottom tower not going down just yet. Is deniable, however. So Zephyr getting what they needed in that fight. Killing the Juggernaut as well as the Magnus and the Invoker. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway. EoT up ahead, 3k in gold and experience about 5,000. Wavering a bit though because of that last fight, but it seems to be stabilizing now. The bottom tower is still pretty low. Anyone from Zephyr really want to just go down and hit it once or twice, not needing the creeps nearby really just to kill it. Just like 1 or 2 right clicks and you gold. Yeah, a little bit of lull in the game now. Or Cast rather, picking up his blink. Oh wait, his is now working towards a BKB. Juggernaut actually going the ultimate oriented build has the point boost. You're going to be working towards the Aghanim Scepter now, most likely. I really don't like it. I mean, it's decent. He's invulnerable. It's essentially like a free way to deal out damage without having to take damage. So why not, I guess. But could be looking to push the top tower now. Is Jumong. As that start even spots out the Invoker in the bottom lane, and Mirana now teleporting in. Chrissy gonna back off. As that puts some aggression mid from RY and Cast and Pyong. And teleport top from Tower Demon here. Gonna hold off this tower from the Juggernaut. Tower is falling very, very low though from the catapult itself. Taking chunks of damage in the 18s and denied by Bamba. Bamba, however, now in a lot of trouble, all popped by him and falls very, very quickly. However, now stunned up on the bottom lane by Cass. Cass gonna be stunned up by Purge and I'll drop by Yosin. Lands on Chrissy. So 2 dropping in this bottom lane. For Zephyr now. Zephyr, Yosin getting very, very low and mech pop by Yosin, however, saving himself. Now Cast Yosin frostbitten up now by Pyong. And Yosin likely to drop here. Indeed he does. Clean up by the Magnus. Likely would have died to the acid spray as well as the urine charge that was placed upon him, but doesn't matter in the end. I just want to say well done there by Chrissy actually force-stepping Pyong into range for that frostbite to get the optimal skill. Now Cast blinking on the Blitz. Blitz being stunned up by Cast, and Blitz now RP'd and gonna make it out alive. Stun coming up from coming up from Corey and gonna miss. In the meantime, Jumong split pushing for the top tower. Juggernaut, of course, not the best of split pushers, so they can escape very easily, but as far as pushing itself, not the strongest. It does have the healing ward though, which helps out a bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
We got Bamboo smoked up here, and mid tower denied by Yosin. Bamboo going to fall now. Disruption dodged by Chrissy, I believe, from the Force Staff, and now Bamboo going to fall now for sure. Finished off by the Invoker. Jumong now joining the push. Could look for a full push on this bottom tower now. It is moderately low, but of course the healing ward going to help with push a lot, and actually healing ward not up right now, not for another 25 seconds. as the Yasha is not finished up on the Juggernaut, so actually may not see that Aghanim's just yet. Gonna go for the Yasha first, or Yasha as well as likely the Mantis style first. As this tower on the bottom lane slowly is being pinged down. And it's destroyed by the Invoker as the denied attempt from Corey just didn't pan out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it seems all of EoT may be looking to push down mid next. ROI throwing out some ultimates here. Or some shockwaves rather. And actually could be seeing a Roshan attempt, however, no can do. Chrissy just far up the agents. Hopefully not die. Is sitting very, very far back. So she can force step herself out. And indeed does as soon as she sees Bambo. Purge popping the stun and the edict for those Force Spirits, but Chrissy just resummons them, so no big deal. BKB was finished at our white out. You see another 800 gold, 900 or 700 almost now. And Corey finishing up the Lincolns. Bambo just sitting on a 4-staff purge. Has an urn, working towards Treads. Alternate, of course, just has the mechanism. For EoT, we have, you know, I want to call it a BKB, but it could just be for the ultimate, for the Aghanims. Burrow pops the ult, not going to get any kills though. No kills to be found. People are playing very aggressively now. Away from all of his team, really. And Cast may have didn't spot him out, it seems. Or Bambo again, just in a really weird spot. You know, Corey mid has the Midas. Gonna have to wait to cast that as there's a lot of heroes mid. EoT could look just push down mid now, it seems. And indeed, that seems what they are doing. No, we're just gonna go for that mid push. Square returns bottom of the farm. And yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yo, sit throw out the spirit. Among being purged there. Shadow poison in the soul catcher. But meantime pops double damage now. Hexed up by the Invoker, puts even a lot of damage. 2-man RP from RY, and oh geez, just blown up by the Invoker combo. Corey being forced sleep out of there, and the 1 kill there for EoT, but definitely get this tower now. As Mirana too low and has to back off. Blitz eating a lot of damage, doesn't want to eat too much more, and it's going to be the focus really all the stuns or all the abilities EoT has if he does move in. So EoT getting a free tower there. And a kill, so well done by them. And could be looking towards Roshan now, but Jumong in the meantime just gonna farm up on the top lane. Zephyr just got out the Roche pit and nothing there, so they're not too worried. Let's see a quick look at the gold ref as Zephyr makes us push down mid. EoT now nearly 10,000 in lead. 12,000 in terms of experience. So looking at the net worth, we see the Invoker on top with the Magnus behind. We have Blitz and Corey farming very well this time. Blitz having more farm than Corey actually. So they're not too far behind in terms of their 2 cores, but Juggernaut's still behind them and catching up. As well as Jumong. On the Juggernaut, still working towards farming up just a little bit more. Aghanim is now on the way for Chrissy, just needs another 800 gold. And And yeah, so 20-9 is the score thus far in the game. It is 29 minutes in. And yeah, 1-1. Zephyr or EoT looks to try and take away this game 3 now, as they are ahead right now. Literally right now they are ahead of Zephyr in terms of gold and farm. So looking very strong. Going to be tough for Zephyr to come back in this game, certainly because they have no big team fight potential. I mean, they have the ability to pick off heroes one by one, really. But really, the best you can hope for or for a group lockdown is a good stun out of Purge. But that's not going to happen though, because Purge, if he isn't near the front lines, even RY is going to be able to RPM and just blow him up afterwards. So really, EoT just showing their strength with these heroes. We really haven't seen any Magnus picks up until last game. And last game, Witz didn't play it to the best visibility, it seemed, and didn't get too many RPs off. Well, this game just yes, RY just doing work on the Magnus in general. And Roshan may be attempted here now by Zephyr. As Morona works towards the Desolator, and Juggernaut now finishing the Aghanims. Aghanim is likely to come up on Invoker now as well. Invoker in the meantime blowing up Bambo in the mid lane as that big blood spot just develops on the ground. Bambo died. And EoT may look to contest Roshan here. Chrissy may just be able to do it solo, considering she might have the spells, but no Aghanims up yet, can't chain cast those spells. As I believe the Aghanims does drop that cooldown.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
It deletes the mana cost for the Invoke and drops the cooldown to 2, I believe. It drops to 2. Scepter now on the way, and front ult popped, so Zephyr looking to fight here. Can drop the ult from Eosin, and gonna do so. And ult hitting on 4 there, Invoker going down now. Juggernaut popping the ultimate onto 3 of Zephyr heroes, and Blitz as well as Bam on the backlines being cleaned up by the Crystal Main ult, and both going down now to the Magnus and the Invoker. And now RY RP on nothing, so miffed RP by EoT, but Purge gonna go down here to the right clicks of Jumong and the Son of Alchemist, so Corey gonna make it alive, but Elder Titan already back in base. No, Corey never mind, not gonna make it alive at all. And it seems an Orchid's gonna be up next for RY, and EoT may look to push just down mid here. As they do have, well, the Aegis actually popped already on the Invoker. So actually, I take back kind of the things I said earlier about the team fight potential, the big comeback for Zephyr. They do have just that Elder Titan ult though, so it's not as potent as I thought it would be, but it's still something. They have a ability to try and get them back in the game, but really that was kind of the best case scenario for them. They did get the air splitter onto 4 there. And more stuns coming out from EoT. RY now going to be in a bit of trouble. Pops BKB as Lustrak dies again to Juggernaut. And Blitz, however, seems to be next in line. Chains back in base and using up consecutive stuns. And Cass now going to be blown up by the arrow of Corey. And EoT likely to look to fall back here. Jumong eating damage, 3 damage before he would have fallen there. Just barely getting out. Now Pyong may be chased down here by Eosin and Corey. And they're going to hit on Pyong. Pyong going to fall. And RY, the last of the EoT alive. That's not safely in base. Actually, no, Invoker's here now as well, so. Blitz with a Shivas, it seems now, and RY going to fall. Chris, in the meantime, just chilling in the mid lane. Eating damage from timber chains and that kind of stuff. And yeah, so actually, that's a really good fight for Zephyr. They did chase EoT out of the base. EoT staying there for much too long, way too low in health to just be there in general. And Desolator now up and running, and 20,000 experience in EoT server now turning back towards Zephyr, as well as gold 15,000 EoT server turning back towards Zephyr now as well. And yeah, good fight there, certainly taken by Zephyr in that scenario. Picking them off one by one, much like they have to do. They're a much better team at chasing rather than actually taking team fights. But anyway, Christie now indeed does have a Hex on top of the Aghanims, and Juggernaut in the meantime gets a kill onto the Shadow Demon in his own wood, so didn't expect that to happen, I guess. Claim my time Hex up in the middle lane. EMP gonna miss, Deafening Blast gonna miss. And just more Force Spirits out of the Invoker. But so of course has all those items, and Jumong sitting on the mid style as well as the Aghanims now. Pyong, not too much, just the Force Staff. ROI working towards the Orchid, as I mentioned earlier. Certainly a good pickup. It's going to shut down the Timbersaw for sure, as well as the Leshrac. Just any of the spellcaster type heroes. And Alchemist now working towards a Assault Cuirass. So Cash just going to work with his Alchemist, just showing how good he is at it and how he knows how to transition to that late game phase with now the 4 points in Grievel's Greed. And yeah, so let's take a look at Zephyr's items. Zephyr, Eosin just having the Ghost Scepter as well as a mechanism. Corey sitting on the Desolator now, working towards a BKB most likely. And Bambo. Force Staff, Dust, Smoke, Blitz, Bloodstone now has a Ultimate Orb. Probably gonna be building that into a Hex and a Shiva's Guard as well. Maybe look to pick up Booted Shovel soon as well. And Purge, last but not least, of course, has the Urn, a Bracer, and not too much else. Ultimate pop now by Zephyr as EoT continues to try and siege the base. And Jumong stunned out by Eosin now. Air Splitter, and gonna hit on Jumong. And Jumong just gonna spin away. Nice to really be able to do too much work here as the wave just gets cleared so fast by Zephyr. And cast now with the Assault Cuirass up. When he just go to work on the tower. Doesn't care if he dies, he's only a support Alchemist. Remember? Just a support, boys. And targeting mighty low here. Now down to 70 hit points. EoT gonna continue this push and likely succeed with it. As some power out on two decent heroes is gonna be quite the thing to deal with. This bottom tower falls to creeps. A little extra gold in Zephyr's pocket. And the next wave comes another attempt at this push. As a refresher, now going to be worked on by the Invoker, so Chrissy going to get a little cheeky with this combo she's trying to put out. And stun now being charged by Cast. Cast going to look for a stun here on somebody. Not really, just going to stun himself, and Juggernaut now going to get the tower. Rax next on the list for EoT. Actually, no. Just maybe look to back off. No, gonna continue. What are they gonna do? Just continue chilling. Yeah, I gotta back off. Push out lanes once again. As top lane, even though it's pushing, and bottom was getting a little bit too dangerously close to their tier 2 for them to be comfortable. And yeah. So EoT getting the tier 3 tower there. Spending a lot of time doing it, but Zephyr being able to fend them off with all the wave clear they essentially had, and now Chrissy finishing up the refresher. Gonna have to see some big plays from her, it seems. And yeah, I'm just to see both teams start off for the time being. Zephyr going to get what they can before the push is again forced upon ROI onto, or EoT onto Zephyr. As it looks like it's already slightly beginning. And the refresh up on Chrissy is likely the cue for that, I would assume. And a refresh on Magnus as well, so big items coming out here for ROI and company. It's going to be a double reverse polarity. Certainly scary. Be a lot of lockdown on the side of EoT for this next team fight. Should ROI get off a good RP? An RP on 2, so indeed he does, and push back. Corey going to fall here for sure. And no refresh yet from the Magnus, but however, Chrissy does refresh and going to push back that entire wave, really, or the entire team of Zephyr, and Jumong going to clean up all those Titan as well as shutting him in the base, and Blitz going to be cleaned up on this backline. However, just denies himself, and these mid-racks surely to go down now, possibly more, very likely more actually, as there are 4 down for Zephyr. Per's the only one alive now. Really couldn't contribute too much to that fight as he would have been blown up nearly instantly. And this bottom rack seems to be going next. Cast also has a gem up on him, so middle rack's now being pressured, bottom rack's being pressured. I really feel as if Zephyr is entirely out of this game. Gold now nearly 20,000 and experience nearly 25,000, so EoT likely to take away this game too, as Zephyr not giving up just yet, it seems. As Purge eats a lot of damage from the Invoker Purge. Gonna fall here for sure, indeed he does, and Bambo almost had the meteor there. And arrow coming from Corey, gonna hit onto Pyong. Pyong eating the arrow, and now RP on 2 here. And Corey gonna fall here as well as the other Titan, all dying, so GG from Zephyr. Well played to both teams, and EoT gonna take away this game 3 now, so 2-1 up on Zephyr. Not, I guess, what we expected. And Zephyr losing 2 in a row now. Want to come back in the series to get that grand final spot, but not just yet. EoT says no, and 2-1 in EoT's favor. 36-13 is your final score, with EoT coming out on top, of course. 41-36 final time, and yeah, so EoT winning this game too. 2-1 now up in this best of 5 series. One more game, and they've secured their grand final spot. But again, if you this has been Frouwo. If you enjoyed the cast, like, subscribe, all that nice stuff. If you didn't like it, I appreciate constructive criticism. You can contact me via YouTube, via Twitch, via Twitter, and I'll respond to these mediums and likely work on those things you suggested. But yeah. And otherwise, I will see you guys in Game 4. Thanks again for watching, and in the meantime, have a nice day. Goodbye.